synced up right about here. All right. Funny, Mr. Torres.
The clap on, clap off over here.
What if the light system?
That's why I was like, oh shit.
All right, we are on camera. Don't forget that, even if we don't have that.
Okay. I'm not wearing anything controversial.
Except for these fucking shades. I'm trying to figure out who you look like right now, and I cannot place it.
Cartoonist kayfabe?
Oh, yeah. I guess you do got an Ed Piscor look to you right now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You've also got a
FBI agent.
Cholo. You also got a Cholo look.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm trying to go for Captain America when he's like, you know, when they're like, "Hey, we got to go into incognito. Make sure nobody recognizes."
Yeah, okay. I know exactly what
hat. Okay. If I had a release, I'd be like, "This is what he looks like with a hat."
You also look like a rapper that is at a nightclub.
Thank you.
You're at a nightclub. Okay. No, I like that. Okay. All right, Mr. Torres. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's go ahead and get us, let's get us warmed up.
Okay.
Let's get us warmed up with some sad shit first.
Oh,
and
so much sad shit that's going on right now.
Yeah. But let's talk about some sad shit within the comic book
community
and pop culture world, right?
Oh, God.
I know. And I got to be earnest about this one because I don't want no one, it's a serious matter and I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way. And not only that, but I was pretty fucking shocked by it this morning.
Dude, so was I.
So,
and here's the thing, it didn't even make...
I like how we haven't even said it. We just both know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, and the thing is crazy, it didn't make like top news. It was just in the community.
Exactly. So for our listeners tuning in right now to this warm-up, because, we're giving them the warm-up. We're giving them the whole recording, Tom Brady and his wife are getting a divorce. I'm glad I didn't ruin that joke. That's good. All right, folks, we are talking about the passing of Kim Jung Gi. Who
at 47.
Was he really? Wow.
47, young.
Damn.
Super young, a heart attack. Bro, heart attacks are no joke. I'm telling you right now, I was like...
It's a fear of mine.
It definitely is because the thing is like, the stuff that we're putting in our body now, I don't know how it's going to affect my heart later. And I eat a lot of McDonald's.
I think for me, it's more so the idea of stress.
Yeah.
Like it makes me really more... And this has been one of those weeks, man, where I have, I've just been, dude, I just feel like I've been getting close to burnout. I feel like I've just been busy as hell.
Yeah.
My October, every month I think to myself, why'd you promise or, abide by all, why'd you say yes to all this?
Why did you commit to so many things?
Exactly.
I don't see a ring on your finger.
So when I read this, when I seen the headlines for that Kim Jung Gi had passed because of a heart attack, dude, I sat in the car and was just like, okay, it's time. I was like, when November and December, like I'm going to find time to relax. It's a vacation is coming. I just need to unwind and relax. But back to the matter at hand, Kim Jung Gi. All right, I'll admit.
And for those who don't know, just Google, just like YouTube it, Google it.
Well, the best part is, we got we figured out the screen share.
Okay. All
right, so we got the screen pulled up. So I highly advise and behoove you, if you're listening right now, to check out the video version of the podcast. All right, this is we want to make this one more like a visual episode because we're gonna have images pulled up, we're gonna have the previews pulled up and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
welcome to the AV Club.
Well, that's a pretty cool name for a.
Thanks.
Okay, I like that. I'm stealing that.
I've already taken it from some. I think there's a isn't there like a website called the AV Club?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Oh,
so
wow,
just
you're a
from
fucking thief.
Yeah, but they took it from high school and middle schools. That's just what it's known for.
You're right. So Kim Jung Gi is an artist that was well known for his. I've got the images pulled up, but he is well known for his like very precise artwork, very large pieces too. Like we're talking like, I think the artistic term. Do you know? I learned this today, but it's called a frieze, something like frieze, and that is. And I'm gonna pull it up, because we got visual representation.
I wish Frieza just showed up.
It's called a frieze. Sorry, frieze.
Frieze.
He's known for his friezes, and it is the broad kind of rectangular artwork that you see on like architecture. When you look up and there's like this long piece right here.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff. It's just like there's so much to look at and it's so fun.
And there's a word that is escaping me right now, but he's known for like doing that, right? Like by hand, I think strictly with it looks like ink and paint as well. The dude has released
countless videos.
Oh yeah, his Instagram, his social media game is strong. I think he's got a YouTube channel. He's got the Instagram. They always repost videos of him like drawing these massive, super detailed
dope murals.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of art
mural
books.
is the word I've been thinking about. They're kind of basically murals on paper. And his subjects matter ranges from samurais, astronauts, cowboys,
anamorphic type things,
exactly.
just like
so the
mermaids,
dude,
sushi, all this stuff. Anything you could think of, he does really, really good stuff.
And what I didn't know is that he holds or held, unfortunately, he held a Guinness World Record for longest drawing by an individual. And that's what I mean by like he basically draws very long murals by hand and apparently by memory. That was something that
that's another thing
that his website had mentioned, was that his most notable creative asset is his memory, something he has developed over a number of years. I mean, the dude is a master. I think he also has like a master's degree in design or something like that.
Like when he's drawing, you don't ever see him like look for a photo reference. He's just drawing it right out of his head, and it's just beautiful to look at. There's just so much to look at.
I forgot all about this this photo.
The Secret War.
Yeah, this was this a Secret Wars cover?
I want to say it was, because I know he was doing right before variants started blowing up. He would do a couple of variants, and he just had some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
His Batman Black and White is one of my favorite iterations of Batman.
I gotta see that. Hold on, let's take a look at that.
He did a Batman Black and White where it is a robot Batman with rollerblades. Dude, it's dope. Yeah, there he goes. He goes a mechanical Batman, and he has a gun.
Get the fuck out of
Batman
here.
with a gun.
They made a black and white statue of this?
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, when it first came out, it was $40. I'm guaranteed it's going to be one of them like super expensive, like sought out pieces now. But I've seen it.
Probably going to buy this as soon as we get out done recording.
Yeah,
because this I didn't even know this existed.
Oh, it's a beautiful piece.
That is sick. Okay, so yeah, like Kim Jung Gi, and I got to give you full credit. Kim Jung Gi is someone that you introduced me to first. I remember when you were super hype on him. You were showing me all the videos. I think you even managed to get one of his art books, right?
Yep, I did get one of his art books. It was like its art book was actually really
plot.
It was really crazy looking. Actually, I got one of his books because he hasn't done a lot of American books.
None.
He did.
Well, not none, but
he's done French. I think he's done some French book and Japanese book. And you can't even buy American versions. You have to buy the French and Japanese version, and it comes with like a printout of like what it would say in English.
That's cool. Yes, I read that because I was curious about like what is his, outside of the epic murals and the videos you see, the time lapses, what is his like body of work, his signature watershed moment? And I guess it's like the sketchbooks. He released 6 original sketchbooks, include some of his most respected work. The first one debuted in 2007, and the final was in 2017. So for 10 years, between those 10 years, I think those 6 sketchbooks, I think he also had a couple of he worked on a couple of like anthologies. And kind of got his name from all of that.
Oh, the one thing that I definitely remember is Jim Lee is the biggest fan of his. Jim Lee talks about him all the time.
Yeah, and
of course, look how gorgeous. I'm saying right now, it's just a gorgeous black and white. Yeah,
it looks like something from Metal Gear Solid.
Actually, you know what? I'll give you that. The Metal Gear Solid. What's his name? Fat Man. Yeah, that's what it's. Spy Games. That's the French comic book.
Wow,
it is gorgeous. I actually have that book. I have not read it. I've just looked through it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he just draws all these different perspectives. It's just beautiful.
I feel like if you are oblivious to the name Kim Jung Gi and you're someone that enjoys like Jeff Darrow, Mobius,
dang, that's a really good.
Or I think Jeff Darrow especially. Kim Jung Gi is like someone you could also thoroughly enjoy. And I'd be curious like how this impacted someone like Jeff Darrow, because I feel like their style, their knack for detail, and how much like this piece right here that I got pulled up, the Spy Games cover.
It's gorgeous.
You could spend a day just looking at one quadrant, like just this quadrant here.
No, we lost a real one.
So well said, yeah.
Look at that. Like, it's just variants that came out that were super good.
And the way he draws motorcycles or any other type of machinery. And if you're telling me
this
this comes
guns
from memory,
cool.
Man, come on, man. Like,
I mean, guns are not cool, but he makes guns cool.
I can't even remember my shopping list when I go to Publix. And you're telling me he's able to just store this information in his mind, how a motorcycle parts look like? Come on, man. And this is what I'm talking about, like the animals, like when he draws animals and like very like fantasy, like,
Can you tell where he started? Like where he starts? like which one was like, what was his first line? You can't. It's one of those things, like it's almost like a like I recently went to the Salvador Dali. Oh, and Salvador Dali, he's one of those, like, he kind of does like these big what is it? What is hyperrealism? Not hyperrealism.
He's kind of surrealistic.
Surrealistic. Yeah, so like he actually kind of like marries the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the sense of like, you're like, oh damn, I don't even know where he starts, where it goes.
Yeah. It's very surrealistic, right? And it's very hyper realistic.
Yeah. And you would think that that's something that he did digitally. Hell no. This is like stuff that he did by hand.
All right. So look at this. He even drew the backside of that Batman black and white, I guess, a mock-up statue. And it's like,
I bet you the sculptor. Here's the sculptor. Here's the thing: the sculptor got lazy because there's missing a lot of details.
Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look.
I mean, they kind of they definitely killed it.
You got that. Sorry, let's go back up. So you got that. Oh no, come on. Sculptor was like, you know, when the sculptor got this, he was like, come on.
How am I supposed to put that part?
I submitted PTO. I was supposed to go to my daughter.
It's my daughter's wedding, and you got me over here making skates. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Awesome. It's awesome. And now I'm kind of like, shit. By the time we get done recording, this will have skyrocketed.
And it's 20. Like, yo, the thing is what's like, Batman's not supposed to have a gun, but this Batman's cool.
You're like, no, Kim Jung Gi did that? No,
he's dope.
I will say this whole day was interesting to see all the praise and everyone like sharing their stories of Kim Jung Gi. It sounds like he was a very humble, very like quiet, very respectful, like, and was also like in tune is what I got too. Was the fact that he was like in tune with a lot of American comics and a lot of like other like American creators.
He was one of those people where I know for a fact that like when he would go to the cons and stuff like that, he would have like a line out the door. Like if you didn't go there first, like you were like, and I don't even know how much he was charging his commissions for, but if you look up Kim Jung Gi, look up his Yeezys. One time there's this kid that brought in a bunch of Yeezys and he drew on them. Yeah, I'm just saying, look at that. Just drew on that like freehanded. No problem.
Do you wear them? Would you wear these afterwards? What do you do with these after he's done?
Oh, here's the thing. To me, I would send it to.
I donate to a museum.
What's the name of that place where they basically do your comic books?
Oh, CGC.
I would get those shoes CGC. Those shoes would get CGC immediately.
These are amazing.
They're definitely. Here's the thing. Those aren't shoes. Those are pieces.
And I feel like you could only bring some Yeezys, right? You can't imagine trying to bring some all white canvas Vans.
He would just laugh me.
Yeah, he would laugh you. He might even draw like a middle finger. He might do you. The
I still got it.
Oh, he even drew on the
bottom
of the sole.
Come on, man. Also, another thing. Besides the fact that his art was dope, this guy was like his fashion is amazing. Like he dresses it like how everybody wants to dress.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna press play on this video.
Okay.
But just it's like one of those quick
time lapse. But look at him, man. He's just doing it like there's no problem, and like he's drawing from different angles.
Yeah.
Like I'm like yo.
No reference material.
I don't think this guy's even heard of an eraser. Like, there's just no way. Like,
blew my mind just now. Yeah.
And even if he messes up, it's probably like an intentional. Like in his head, he's like, "Shit," and he's like, "All right, well, I guess
he's gonna draw a tiger over that." Yeah, he's draw something more complex over it.
That's what I'm saying.
Dang, that's awesome.
So
that's sick.
And I always say that the best thing about like social media and YouTube is the fact that we'll be able to revisit and see like how he draws. And I mean, he's done a lot of interviews, and he's very humbling. He's not like one of those like bigger, holier than thous. He's very humbling. Whenever he would come in and go to like schools, like imagine that you're in art school and like we got a special guest, and he shows up. I mean, just like he just draws on a napkin.
Fanboy out. Yeah, you're trying to keep everything. He's like drawing to show you things, and he's about to wad it up. You go in the dumpster the next day.
For real. Not even the next day. I'm like, I'm
nope. In front of him.
In front of him digging in the trash.
Damn, man, you're right. Well said. We lost a real one. That is a talent, man. So what are you gonna do with the art book?
With the art book, I'm just like
Did you flip through it today?
No, I didn't. But I've actually gone back and like flipped through it and looked through it. It's beautiful and it's just amazing. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, he inspires just to draw black and white too. Like it's like whenever I draw and I'm like, if my sketches are not finished, I'm like, looks okay.
Yeah, it's like fuck coloring. That's awesome. All right, good stuff, man. This one goes out. Yeah, this goes out to Kim. We dedicate this episode to Kim Jung Gi.
Yeah, a real one.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. Feel nice and warmed up. Let's go ahead and officially welcome. Oh, here you need a little coaster. There you go, brother. Let's go ahead and officially welcome the patrons. All right, Short Box patron. You know what? No. I gotta hit them with the yo. It's trademark at this point. Yo, Short Box patrons. You've already been tuning in for like the last 10-15 minutes. So welcome to a special bonus episode. All right, and this one's gonna stay a bonus. I figured we already got a lot of episodes planned for the general public. This one's gonna stay with you guys as a Patreon exclusive. This is the reception to the previews wishlist episode that we dropped a few weeks ago. We had a lot of like really good reception on it. Some of the patrons like absolutely do more of this. Bring Drew back. Nick Wagner might be your biggest advocate for the record.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you.
So yeah, we're doing another previews wishlist episode. So you guys know how these type of episodes go. I got my man Andrew Torres here with me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Andrew Torres, theme song right there. You can't even see him right now. That's why I'm playing. You got the John Cena glasses going on. So I got Andrew Torres here with me. And you guys know how we do these episodes. It's going to be a chill, lax conversation. We're going to be flipping through this month's previews. Like I said, we're going to make this a monthly series, all right? So I actually grabbed the physical copy this time. And look, phone book size. Not only does it just come, as big as hell on its own.
Jason Bourne uses it to fight people.
But I actually got the Marvel.
The Marvel ones.
Marvel
Dang.
yeah, it sucks that you don't get that digital. And then the DC Connect one as well.
Trial by Spider. Oh, we got new Spider-Man stuff coming out.
We're going to be talking about this month's previews. And just a level set for anyone that's like, joining for the first time for some reason. Previews. The previews catalog. It features all of the upcoming comics, manga, graphic novels, toys, games, apparel, statues, and more. All of these are coming to your local comic shop. And it's all in one convenient place is the best part of it. And even if some of the stuff's not coming to your local comic shop per se, you could definitely have them order it because it's all worked, routed through the diamond system, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the October issue, like I said, and it features items scheduled to ship around December and beyond. So starting December, you could possibly start seeing these coming to your shop, or they should start arriving in shops. I believe orders are due by October 18th. For this. So this episode will be out in time for you to maybe, take some of our recommendations and whatnot. What was I going to say? Okay, so I'm going to actually have, like I said, the digital version pulled up. We got some images. We're going to flip through it. Me and Drew, our goal today was to make a wish list of our top 3, most things that like caught our interest.
Things that we can't afford. Or things that I can't afford. That's the first thing it says. You pick 3. I was like, bro, I can only afford one of these things.
So this being I think the prerogative word in it.
Wish list.
Wish
list.
Yeah. So we're going to be sharing our
wish list.
Previews wish list for today. So it's going to be a combination of things we can't afford, but mainly things that we consider really cool.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time trying to look for a Cartman soundbite, and I watched so many YouTube compilation videos of him saying cool. Cute. Dude, it was like, it was in my brain all day today.
Heck yeah, that's good.
So let's go ahead and get it started. Like I said, I got the previews digital pulled up, and we're going to go through it. Drew, would you do the honors? And
you want me to press a button? Is that what it is? Like, what you want me to do?
Cool. Awesome.
All right, cool.
All right, let's go to start. Oh, you actually did 4. Okay,
Nice. Okay,
all right,
cool.
let's go ahead and start with
really
your
is
first one
like,
here.
yeah, it really is a wish list.
All right. All right, shit, what happened? Okay, let me go back. Let me go. All right, let's start with this one right here.
561? Are we doing 561?
I'm gonna go in the order I got it on here. 561. What's on this page that was your wish list?
Just all right, so it's like, honestly, I mean, I don't need a lunchbox. I buy everything. Everything I buy comes in a bag already. But if I were to make myself a sandwich, I would want to use one of those Ninja Turtle boxes.
Yeah.
And out of the 3 of them, I just like the middle one. The middle one's dope to me.
It's classic, man.
Yeah, it definitely is classic. It's the
this is one that you
Lard and Eastman cover.
Yep.
So like, I mean, to me that cover has been recreated. It's probably I think it's part of the first issue.
Ooh, the
and then
little thermos?
And the thermos has a shredder. Yo, dude, so dope.
Sick. That is sick. What did they say about this? Hint of color, stand out in 3D embossing? Oh, you're dishing out for the embossing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't even have a backpack to fit it in.
Yeah. And it's a good price too. I feel like for $25 for something
you can
like
fit
this,
a pub sub in there. You can fit a pub sub in there.
You can fit 3.
3 pub subs.
One right here, one in the middle.
We should just
right
make
there.
a YouTube where we just buy pub subs and we put it in lunch boxes.
And we rate the lunch boxes based on how much pub subs.
You can fit at least 2 chicken tender pub subs.
We'd have to be sponsored by
And that's
Publix.
how you rate it too.
Yeah.
How many, like, by tenders? 5 tenders.
Yeah, we got 5 tenders. Now, And when I was flipping through the previews, I was
The physical one.
yeah. I mean,
And it's so funny, like Badr gave me the free digital one, but like, yo, it took me a minute to get it.
yeah, I feel like they make it a little harder than it needs to be to download the digital.
Yeah.
And for the record, for anyone wondering, if you don't feel like owning this big, because I mean, recycling this is kind of a pain in the ass, but there is a digital code with all of these when you purchase them. So, you know, you might be able to work something out with your local comic shop to get a digital version. But anyways, I was looking through these right here, because there's a few lunchboxes in this previews, like there always is.
Yeah, there's a whole section where it's like they do like Marvel, DC,
Yeah.
and
It's nice. That's a good choice.
IDW.
That is a really good choice. And if I still went into the office, I'd be tempted to buy one of these.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how pissed would you be when someone? Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I gotta go. I forgot my thing is still. I need to put this on Do Not Disturb because I'm recording, people.
Oh, snap.
I'm recording, but I don't
You'll
know if
never
you've ever
hear a
had
ding from me.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but in corporate America, there is lunch thieves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like people that go into your lunchbox and they'll steal your shit. And I know this because I think it might have happened to me, but I can't remember if I ate the snack that I was looking for
Oh,
because I was super
no.
hungry or someone took it. But I've seen enough like signs on fridges and you know in the corporate world that say to the person that stole my tuna fish, if you return it, no questions will be asked.
not be harmed.
Just return it. So imagine like bringing this, being super proud of it, thinking no one's gonna fuck with my TMNT lunchbox with the sick first appearance shredder thermos, and then coming to find out someone's like,
You know, you go up.
pillages through
Yeah.
it.
I wonder if they would put the latch on, if they would just leave the latch off with it kind of just like open.
look, all I know is if I see anyone with it in the day, I'm assuming they stole it. All right, because only I have nerdy ass taste at
Yeah.
work like this.
I would take it and hit him over the head with it.
And no, because then you dent it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a battle
Yeah.
scar.
The last thing you would hear is cowabunga.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, let's take a look at your number 2 item. That's a good first start. All right,
Thank you so
out the
much.
gate
Yeah,
strong.
it's the only one I can
Number-
afford. All right.
Page
here we go.
523. What is it on this page?
Kubrick BEARBRICK. It is the Tim Drake Adventures
Ooh.
of Batman.
That is nice.
I just like the way
How
it
tall are these?
I have no idea.
These are
Probably 18 inches.
400%. That doesn't tell me anything. Okay.
1,000%, 400%, and then like a.
Oh wow, this is 23 and a quarter inch.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty big, and I like them a lot. There's a bunch of them. Like I only thought there was like a couple of them, but no, there is a whole this is like a whole nother world. Like this is considered like vinyl collecting,
Yeah.
and you'll see a bunch of just like properties that are featured in there. Like Marvel's featured in there. Like anything you could think of that has been a BEARBRICK.
All right, I completely read the measurements wrong. So you have these big ones. They are 27 and a half inches.
Okay, so it's almost 3 feet.
Yeah. Don't ask me why. This is never coming handy right now. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so this figure is like a small child.
There you go.
This figure, you tell it to go to bed. All right, time to go to bed. Robin Brick. Damn. All right, so the tallest one is almost like you said, 3 feet. And then you've got an
And that was
11.
that's the 800 and it's $815.
Woo!
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, that's pricey.
Yeah.
And then you've got this.
That won't
11
even pay
inch.
rent. That won't even pay rent. That's not even rent.
That is, yeah.
That is not rent.
It's like, do you want to pay rent or do you want to pay for this badass Robin B bricks?
Yeah.
That's very nice. And then you've got the medium size, which is 11 inches. And then the small size, I believe, is just 2 and basically, we'll call it 3
Yeah.
inches.
And the thing is, I can't afford any of them.
How much is the small one?
I don't. The small one comes in a 2-pack. It comes like the small one and the big one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
What are you like? Here's the thing. What are you supposed to do with the 2-pack?
Why'd you pick this one then? I guess it's just a wish
You
list.
made me.
Right? Yeah.
I picked the only one I picked was the lunchbox.
To be honest, anytime if you see one of these at a friend's house, you're like, all right, this motherfucker's got good
Yeah,
taste.
yeah.
This motherfucker's got good taste. But check out this Tom and Jerry 2-pack one right here. That's pretty cool.
I would like to see who's the Simpsons one.
Mm.
What are they called?
What do you mean the Simpsons?
Warren's losing his mind right now.
What do you mean the Simpsons?
It's Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh, okay.
Itchy and
I thought you
Scratchy.
were talking about a brand.
No. I was talking about like the mouse versus cat version, which is Itchy and Scratchy.
I love, man. Vinyl figure. I think I've only got maybe one or two. It's kind of like, all right. Do you consider? I guess Funko Pops aren't.
Yeah,
vinyl.
Funkos are considered vinyl figures.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Oh,
They are.
wow.
They are. It's a vinyl pop.
Okay. I can't recall right now off the top of my head. What are some of the vinyl? Okay, actually, I can right now.
The Street Fighter ones.
I don't own any of those, but I almost bought when you were really into Spawn and you had shown me like the Spawn vinyl figs.
Yeah, those things are sick.
Those are awesome.
They look like the Batman animated series Spawns.
You know, just because we brought it up, let's just let's show.
You know, and it's even crazier. Did you see the Spawn announcement that they made today?
What was the Spawn announcement?
The Spawn announcement was they found the writers for the movie.
Oh wow!
Jamie Foxx is still attached to it, but the writer is the one that wrote Joker, the writer of the Joker, and then the new Captain America movie is going to be writing the new Spawn. Yeah, see, they found the writers.
So we're not getting a trailer like because Tom McFarlane. That was one thing we talked about.
This movie's been in production for like 15 years.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. We were trying to have predictions for New York Comic Con. And Ed was curious because Todd McFarlane made a promise like, hey, before the year is over, you're going to get like an update. I don't think it was a trailer per se, but an update. And I guess this is it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Oh, they found their writers. Oh, so how are you like? You don't even have anything.
no
nothing.
drawings.
Nothing.
No drawings.
Nothing.
So Scott Silver, Malcolm Spellman, rising screenwriter Matt Nixon are painting a new script for the film, which still has Jamie Foxx attached. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you got Joker, Scott Silver, Falcon and the Winter Soldier's Malcolm Spellman, and what is Matt Nixon?
He's the guy that's writing the World Order, New World Order.
Okay, cool.
For Captain America.
That's a good little segue. All right, so that was your number 2 pick. Let's take a look at this next one on page 526.
Boom!
Oh, I didn't even have to zoom in or out.
My boy Luffy just drinking a beer.
That's tight.
Drinking a brewski.
How many how far? All right, so I don't think we've gotten
an update?
Andrew One Piece update in a minute. What's up with One Piece?
I'm finally caught up. I've watched. I'm up there with 1,035 episodes.
Wow,
that is how many episodes I'm like caught up on.
You deserve this one.
Thank you.
That's dedication. That's dedication.
Thank you.
I can't. 1,035. You said.
Yeah. And it's been worth it. It's been worth it. This show has been amazing.
So, like, was it? I guess how's the journey been? Was there ever like any low periods? Did you ever like think like I'm gonna take a long? What was the longest hiatus you took?
I think the longest hiatus I took was like probably a month and a half. Yeah, it was definitely just a month and a half because like once I was closing in, I stopped for a little bit, and then from there, I was just balls to the wall. Like, let me get to the end, because the most famous meme ever is that "Meet Me at Wano," and that is something that my brother kept sending me the picture of Luffy says "Meet Me at Wano." So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like once I finally got there, it was dope because I got there at a point where like I got there before episode 1,000.
Yeah.
So when 1,000 premiered, I was able to watch it live. So it was like definitely one of those like really like just it was like a fun moment. It was like cool. as
like part of the zeitgeist at that moment. It's like whatever happens, you're up to date.
Yeah, because it reminded me the only thing I can compare it to that felt like this good is when Dragon Ball Super was coming out, and like all those there was countries that were doing it like a UFC sports event.
Yeah, I am looking forward to Dragon Ball Super coming back out for that. It's like I already read the manga. I'm pretty much caught up with the next story arc they do. But I do miss that moment of
that
like
Goku Jiren fight, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I mean, it was the equivalent of like I guess House of Dragons.
I guess Game of Thrones. Yeah, definitely.
The next day, people were talking about it at work. People, I'm calling you up. My sister. That's how that Dragon Ball Super vibe was, especially that very last episode. Frieza, Goku, Jiren.
Oh, and they're all fighting.
That's like I think I watched that one by myself, but it still felt like I was. Because I knew the hype everyone else probably had the same moment. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
This is a fight.
That's cool.
This is definitely a fight. So, yeah, this is definitely one of those, like, there's so many One Piece. It's so crazy that, like, when we were growing up, these figures, you would have to go to, like, a very exclusive store to get this.
Yeah.
But now you could pretty much go wherever, and then you
These
just
figures
see
look
him
good.
now. Yeah,
This Luffy one looks badass.
he's definitely dope, and it's so funny too to see how much like Luffy and One Piece is actually like just in mainstream media, like how much it shows up. Like,
especially now that you've watched it, you probably recognize.
oh yeah, I get all the references now. Like whenever like a UFC fighter like kind of like shows up, and you're like, oh okay, this guy likes One Piece, so it's dope, really fun. And this series has actually been really really cool. They're in Japan, and they've changed the artwork. The artwork has changed, and they've gotten like some big directors to come and do this show. And some of these episodes, like, you're like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it's one of those things where there's a Netflix movie coming out, and I am totally against this live action because you won't be able to capture the imagination. Like, there's no CGI enough in the world that is gonna what they do, what they can do with cartoons.
That's cool. Yeah, the animated form. I got you. Let me let me ask you about one of these characters, and you just like give me your immediate feedback. This guy right here.
Oh, dude, I do not know who that is. Here's the thing, I know who that is, but here's the thing, I know who it is, but I don't know his name. But he's part of Big Mama's crew.
Okay.
So he's just one of these big baddies that just like he fights on her side.
And I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about this fucking sad clown.
Sad Cloud. So this Cloud, that's not Nimbus, is it Nimbus? You can see his name. They all have names. She created. So this is Big Mama.
Okay.
And she's one of the emperors, and she is like top tier, like badass, and she's able to take people's souls. That's how she kills people. She'll like take their souls, but she's able to put souls into objects and make things alive. So she made him.
Huh.
And
sad ass clown doesn't want to be alive.
Well, here's the thing. And like, spoiler alert, like something happened to that Cloud in the last episode, and it was like the most craziest thing that ever happened.
Damn.
So it's definitely one of those like, oh, and here's the thing, they'll introduce characters that you're like, oh, this is cool, and then like they'll kill them the next like within 2 episodes.
Dang. So it's like you want to be attached, but you never. I guess that adds like some stakes, right? You're like, man, I don't really know if he's going to survive.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this latest series, they've because they're in Wano, so they're in Japan. Like what they're basically is in a feudal version of Japan. So like the fact that you've done a lot of Lone Wolf and Cub, there's so many references to Lone Wolf and Cub in there.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of what's it called, retainers? Yep. Like samurais retainers. There's a group of them, and they've been like fighting, and one by one they've been getting killed off. Like one character, you're like, damn, this person's gonna have a moment, and then immediately gets stabbed, and you're like, what the hell just happened?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's crazy that all these samurais are just getting like, they're falling one by one.
Hearing you talk about One Piece gets me so hyped.
It's just
Awesome.
Like that's how I
so
feel about
good. It is so good.
All right, let's take a look at and you even went above and beyond with today's homework assignment, and you gave me a fourth one on this page right here,
right there,
and it is our guy. And I did this one. This one was almost going to end up on my list. It is this Dragon Ball Z. How do you say that? Porunga?
I would say pierogi. Food. It's all food. It's food.
You're right. It is food. It is technically food. But it is the Namekian dragon.
Yeah, that's a dragon that can put hands on people.
With Dende come forth SHENRON. Damn, that's a $300 figure.
Hey man, it's a wish list.
And it requires AA batteries. You know, if I'm paying that much for a toy, it better come with like a year's supply
of AA batteries.
Yeah, it's like, come on, that's the least you could do.
It's okay.
Which sold separately.
I know, I'm getting to that point where I can't take batteries from my mom's remote no more. She gets so mad.
Dude, the S.H.FIGUARTS, you can't go no wrong.
No.
I mean, I love that this one is, how tall? Does it tell you how tall it is? It does not. But I imagine it's a pretty hefty figure.
I figure, the size of $300 will get you.
And I mean, I've got that SHENRON in that glass case over there. And there's something about the Dragon Ball Z dragons, like the SHENRONs and all that. Like, it's like so iconic.
Yeah. Have you seen the? Well, have you caught up and read the newest one where there's like a 2-star dragon?
No, you're talking about Dragon Ball Super Manga?
Yeah. In Dragon Ball Super Manga, they introduced another dragon, and if you want to look it up right now, just type in Dragon Ball Super 2-star dragon. Okay. And in this world, there was a Namekian that survived, but he only needs 2 Dragon Balls to summon the dragon. And I think you still get the 3 wishes.
Okay, let me see if I can. Is it this Hey SHENRON?
No.
Of course, it would show all. Okay, because all right, GT had like all the 2-star, 4-star dragons and all that.
I'm trying to think of Dragon Ball. Did you put in Dragon Ball Super? Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super Manga. Yeah. All right, I'll have to look it up.
That guy right there.
Oh,
this one right here.
that should look like a
that's the one
rare
that gave. I think his
Pokemon.
name's Oatmeal. Is it Oatmeal?
Toranbo.
Yeah. So that's the one that basically was made him the most powerful fighter.
Oh yeah. Okay, I read up to that point. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Okay, that's cool.
So I think he is a 2-star Dragon Ball.
All right, I'm trying to recall because it the solicitation for this says place Dende atop stand and 7 Dragon Balls illuminate. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and this is when Dende is small, not when he is like, because he's
When he's like the new
the Supreme, not Supreme Kai, but the new
the King Kai. No, not King Kai. Oh man, what am I saying?
It's okay.
He takes place of Kami.
Yes.
On top of the Watchtower. Yeah. I forgot what the official title is, but you're right. This is from this scene from the Frieza saga where Dende, they use Dende to summon the Namekian dragon because you got to say it in Namekian.
And nobody knows it.
And what were the wishes? Let's see if how good our memory is. What were the wishes that they used?
They brought Goku back to life.
No. They teleported Goku there, right? That one of their wishes, because Goku was on the way there. Right?
No. I think that's the thing.
He wasn't dead.
He
was on the way he was on the way training in the capsule, but it was going to take him forever to get there.
Okay.
I think they also brought Krillin back, or is that? I might be. You know what? Damn, we just did a terrible
It's okay.
job. All right.
It's got how many years ago that was? That's so many. Like, if anybody knows, I mean, obviously this show's going to be over and uploaded, but we'll be able to say the 3 wishes.
Let me see.
What did Dende wish for?
Thank God for people also ask. Dende wished for the reconstruction of Earth. Dende wished for everyone who had died since the 25th World Martial Arts Tournament to be revived, except for those who were evil. Dende wished for Goku's energy to be restored. Okay, well,
way off.
Yeah, I think you might have been off with it. I think you were right with that one. But regardless, that's pretty good, man. This is a good little figure eight.
Nice. I can't wait to see the ones you pick.
To be honest, I almost Dragon Ball Z.
Those little capsules? Yeah, those little capsules are cool.
Yeah, $13. And hey, dude, you can't go wrong with the Dragon Ball Z capsules, like the blind capsules.
No, they're fun.
What I like about these, it looks like, I mean, granted, these look like 3D models. It looks like they probably just put these as the models. But if they look anything like that, it kind of looks like from the video game, and I love like the shading. But I think that's a 3D model.
Yeah, but how many Goku versus Friezas am I gonna need?
You're gonna fucking take all of them.
Yeah, I know.
And you're gonna stack them.
Okay.
All right, so
Let's
let me
see
go.
what you got.
That's a solid wish list.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think it's so poetic that we use the Dragon Ball as the last wish.
That's all you in. Okay. My first one.
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew it. Joe Bless.
There it is. Spotlight. Are these Junji Ito Uzumaki Pocket Curse minifigs?
Oh, hell no.
It is on page 73.
Yo, those things are cursed.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Some things are not a good idea to make figures of.
No.
You know, like, you wouldn't just, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
no.
Some things you don't need to make toys of.
No. Here's the thing. And you know what's funny? Have you seen the Junji Ito hoodies?
Oh, from
Crunchyroll?
Was that the brand that he teamed up with?
No, yeah. The Crunchyroll has a bunch of Junji Ito like hoodies where it's like Crunchyroll exclusives.
No,
man, they're scary.
I don't want
they're
that on
just
my body.
Scary. But all right, the snail one looks
these cursed minifigures are, and I think these are like ones that come in blind boxes maybe or something. So you get their PVC figurines. There's 8 designs, and one of them look at
one of them is actually cursed.
There are 8 designs to collect, plus there's a chance for a rare cursed version that glows in the dark blind box packaging.
I'm good.
Fuck
glow in
that.
the dark. Why would you want a scary ass glow in the dark thing?
If these images weren't enough to keep you up at night,
and they put a spotlight on them, like, get out of here. Hey, look how cool these are. No. Those are
And if you've read this, you know how fucked up all these. Like I was having PTSD flashbacks of the girl with the hole in her head, the snail boy. I know that story. You know, it's like all of this brings back bad memories.
Yeah, for that. Yeah, it was like the washer machine. And the fact that, and when you know the story behind it, where he's like, "Yo, spirals are scary," you're like, "Yeah, you make them scary."
Yeah. So, like I said, I was going for. I wanted to challenge myself to go interesting, crazy,
and scary,
and just scary. But at the end of the day, it just needed to be
Kill awesome.
That is not awesome. That is scary.
Yeah, I'd be quite the opposite. All right, so that was my first pick.
Which one do you want?
If I had to pick,
If you had to pick.
bro, but that's the thing. None of these look attractive enough to put on a stand.
No.
Someone comes over, your mom comes over to surprise you with food. She sees that, she might call a priest to perform an exorcist on you.
I say, when
Like,
you get
my
them,
son is-
don't show me.
Yeah,
I'd rather just look at it and be scared.
the glow in the dark one.
Yeah,
too.
anytime. Oh, yeah.
All right, if I had to pick, that baby one is fucked up. I'd probably go with the girl. With
The girl, the
whole
whole
head.
head. Yeah,
It might be the least. It might be the most tame out of all of them.
Okay.
So
I'll
I'd
do
probably
that.
go with that one. All right, so that's my first pick.
Yeah, any other scary shit you want to show me?
No. This next one is actually pretty smooth, if I do say so myself. And it is this
Oh,
Michael Jackson,
I saw that one.
the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal statue with him doing the lean.
Okay,
Dude,
I'll give
with
you that.
the
The
lean.
jukebox in the back.
Well, here's the thing. So you
The
get
deluxe.
you can either buy the standard, which is just Michael Jackson doing the what is that? Is that a 45 degree angle?
Okay.
You know, from the famous. Is it from Smooth Criminal?
Yeah, the
from
movie, the Smooth Criminal
short
movie.
film. Yeah. So it's him doing the 45 degree angle lean, or you can get the deluxe for holy shit for another what is that? $500 to get the jukebox.
For $500 more, you can get a juice box, or you can buy a real fucking jukebox and just have Smooth Criminal playing, and then you can put this on top of the jukebox.
Yeah. So the standard is $900.
That's the standard.
And then the deluxe for $500 more, you get that jukebox. It doesn't if it played records or if it played music, yeah, it might be worth it.
You know what's great? Like years from now, if I ever go to somebody's house and I see it, I can be like, "You got it from the previews."
Yeah, we're about to be preview experts by the time this is done.
100%.
So, and this actually ships scheduled to ship in September 2022. So it could be in someone's house as we speak right now. So, yeah, this figure, I mean, come on, it's Michael Jackson, you know, Smooth Criminal outfit, 45 degree angle.
I mean, we've all tried that move.
And I'll be honest,
We've all tried that move.
when I seen the toy, I still did that. I was like, how do you do that?
I've tried it. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime Smooth Criminal comes out and there's a part where I do this move.
Yeah. You need strong ankles for it.
Yeah.
You need strong ankles.
You
for
could
it.
definitely do it in the pool.
But that is, that is a cool ass figure. This is a toy definitely catered to the hyper fan.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm not that hyper. I mean, I love Michael Jackson, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
900. Not
That is
even
definitely on the wish list.
for sure on the wish list. All right, next up, something a little more tame. You know, sticking to my
I'm
brand.
so glad. I wanted to send you
Sticking
a
to my
picture of
brand.
this. I wanted to send you this picture. You don't see enough Super Scroll figures.
Say less. See, this is why I fuck with you, Drew. That is exactly the thought that went through
And
my
he's
mind.
in the
Black Bolt
the
costume.
Black Bolt costume. Yeah.
So, and then, you read the caption and they do their just dues. This is what I love about, previews, man. The solicitations are always fun to read, but they make mention that this is the same Super Scroll Black Bolt that you see in Illuminati when it's revealed that Black Bolt has been a scroll this entire
Oh yeah,
time.
when he
and,
talks.
and it kicks off the Secret Wars. Like, this just, and here's the thing. My very privileged Marvel Legends bias was like, I mean, it's a Diamond Select.
Oh,
but
yeah.
still,
I was saying.
like if you see Diamond Select on a box, it's almost enough to be like, I don't know if I want it.
Yeah. You're like,
You know
you're
what?
like, it's cool.
You know what I immediately think of? I wonder.
The arms falling off.
Well, I started thinking about the quality second, but at first I think, I wonder if Marvel Legends is going to do a version of this.
I would hope so.
This is a cool figure, man.
You know, it's funny. The Marvel Select stuff that they actually do, like I've seen people put it. It's funny. The funniest thing is like I'm on Reddit, and people are so hateful. You'll see a dude that's just really proud of his collection. He's like, "Look at my Marvel Legends collection," but you know for a fact that one of them is a Select. And I love the comments like, "Yeah, it's not really a whole Legend collection. You got that one Marvel Select in the back." And I know everybody's just like, "Damn, why can't you just let him have it?"
Yeah, just that one.
No, the rest of the one guy's like, actually, that Juggernaut, they were never released in Marvel Legends. You're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, dude, it's a well sculpted figure,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good just visually.
It's
like,
inside baseball too. That's what I like about it.
Mm.
It's because you see it and you know exactly where it's from.
if
It's a conversation.
I've got this for a nerd, very nerdy ass conversation.
Yeah.
Someone comes to my house, I have this, and they're like, "Oh, Illuminati." You already know, like, okay, this motherfucker knows this stuff. Yeah. So,
This guy Marvel. This guy selects. This guy selects.
So that was, I honestly, I went, well above and beyond.
No, that one's good.
So,
And it's affordable.
Yeah, it's only $30.
$30.
So you probably get a
I'll
good
get it,
discount.
man.
All right, so my next one, right now I broke the rules. I picked like 5 of them. So
No worries.
I'll make these next ones.
All right,
No,
Walking
wait.
Dead with
No.
a butt shot.
Oh, shit. Hold up.
That's what you want? The
No,
Walking Dead?
no. I got to go all the way back.
Dang. All right.
All right, it might not even be worth it.
No, it's good.
No. I'm going to find it.
No, it is
I'm
gonna be
find
worth it.
I'm going to find it. I have
Dude,
to
can we tell you right now that when I was scrolling through, I know this is going to be a never ending joke, but there's so much, like, you remember how people were freaking out about that Jessica Drew cover with her butt, like, just kind of like, you remember that one photo that was like a variant and everybody was losing their mind because you can see her butt?
Yes.
It is not compared to like all that shit that is in the previews.
Yeah,
I've seen so much of Red Sonja's ass. I didn't even ask for it. Like, it's Red Sonja's ass. What else is that?
Lady
Vampirilla's ass. And here's the thing. What's even crazy with the Lady Death and stuff like that, there is always some sort of girl that cosplays in a bathtub. And that's one of the variants. Like, I'm just like reading this and I'm just like, this is crazy.
Cosplay variant. Yeah,
cosplay variants are crazy to me.
And here's, but you know what?
The Ninja
At the end
Turtle
of the
ones
day,
are dope.
no, I gotta scroll some more. At the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? Get your money, cosplayer.
Get
your money, cosplayer.
Get it.
All right, it is on page 94. I'm sorry, I have to scroll.
No,
so if you're watching through video, you're getting you're getting to see the whole.
You get to see all the smut.
All right, page
Some
94.
of these poses are crazy.
Yeah, you're like, you guys know what you're doing.
That was somebody's
Figure
job.
like
That was somebody's job. Was like, what are we gonna make? And then he went to his manager, like, how does this look? And then the guy was like, hell yeah, this is
More
it.
ass.
Yeah, more ass.
All right, hold up. Yeah, some of these figures are very sexy.
That's insane.
A little too sexy. Okay, here it is. All right, coming up. Page 94 is right. Boom. Okay, so
is it a Cthulhu?
it is the Cthulhu CHIA.
Oh my god!
Only because Cesar's birthday is the 24th, or it's later this month.
Okay,
and I have never seen a more perfect
like gift
for Cesar.
Yeah,
a Cthulhu CHIA pet. So it's something for him and his wife.
Here you guys go.
Because I know Sarah's gonna take care of the plant.
I hope you put like a sweet note to it, like, please nurture this.
Yeah. All right, and the last thing I've got on here for real though.
For real, though.
Is my last thing on my wish list is on page 545 on the digital version.
All right.
It is none of the shit on the
Oh
left.
man, hell
None
yeah!
of the sexy whatever very questionable figures. But this right here,
Tech on.
I'm sorry. It is another SH figure. Tech on Avengers Venom Symbiote Wolverine.
That's a lot.
Let me read that. Yeah, it's a very long phrase. You wouldn't want to put this on order form. But Venom Symbiote Wolverine. Tech on Avengers. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to show you. This Tech on Avengers is actually a series. Oh, I'm fucking up.
Is it part of the Jed McKay
Mecha Avengers?
Mecha Avengers?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, let me show you. Tech on Avengers.
Oh, that looks cool.
Looks like some hyper manga, mecha. When the Red Skull wields a strange new power that strips heroes of their powers and threatens the entire world, the Avengers turn to Tony Stark's new technology to save us all. Here come the Avengers. Avengers Tech on.
Okay, that's good. Because that's one thing I've always wanted. Like, Tony Stark is always tinkering and fiddling. For a fact he probably has
Watches
like
the,
a Captain America, Black Panther.
He watches Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn, look at this. It says here that this series is a Sentai-inspired action-adventure series produced in partnership with Bandai Namco of Japan. Written by Jim Zub. Illustrated by a name I haven't seen in a long time, Jeff Chamba Cruz. Venom the End, and he illustrated Street Fighter as well.
Damn, I've seen these covers. Yeah, I've seen these covers.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, heck yeah. How do the interiors look?
Let's take a look. See if we can get a little preview.
So we got a Wolverine symbiote.
Oh, we can get a little previews.
It looks really cool. Have you, have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle robot figure?
Now we're just, all right, this is, all right, let's take a look. Because we're going down some tangents.
It's like,
I'm here for it. Which one? Is it this one?
No, it just came out.
See if you can't pull it up.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
But back to my pick right here. So I guess this is part of like that line of figures, or in that line of things. So Tech on Avengers, of course, it's a S.H.FIGUARTS. So you're paying at least $100. But this thing kind of caught my eye, right? Like anytime, I don't know how you feel about anytime that like, oh yeah.
I just typed in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Gundam.
Here, I'll just hold it up to the camera. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the only reason I find that is like, Reddit is dangerous because it's just like anytime you follow like any of those posts, like you're like, look what I just bought. You're like, damn, okay, shit.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm a fan of different interpretations of like Marvel characters that we all know, but when they get like that,
I mean, there's like 1,000 Wolverine figures, but like, how many do you see that are like this?
Exactly. All right, so I think I was pretty heavy on. You are so right about some of these,
dude.
like,
I'm telling you right now, it's just like, dude, this is crazy. The amount of just like scantily clad women that are on this, and I know dudes that are gonna buy these.
You know what? And I'm not even gonna shame them. Yo, I respect it. Let me go. I feel like I was pretty heavy on the figures. There is a I had a question in regards to some comics.
Okay.
One being,
Oh, this is a comic show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. We do comics.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though I do kind of enjoy these episodes because we, take a little break and talk about it larger. But I wanted to ask you about the cover story for this preview, because that's one thing that I think most people sometimes. Oh, you know what? I can't even say most people. I'll say myself. I'll talk about myself. I tend to overlook the fact that the covers also usually have like a story to coincide. In this one for this month, one of the covers was a spotlight on gargoyles and the fact that they have a new ongoing series that was announced that's supposed to be in continuity of the TV, written by the creator of Gargoyles, Greg Weisman, and illustrated by George Kambadias, I believe is the name. And I'll try to go and find that. I'll try to go and find the story in the previews and whatnot. But
it's Amanda Connor cover.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to hear your opinion about, like, one, the announcement that Gargoyles is coming back, and then two, just Gargoyles in general. Like, how did Gargoyles sit with you as a kid or just someone that enjoys cartoons?
Gargoyles to me is like that. To me is Disney. Like that to me was like, I was like, oh, Disney made this. And the one thing that, like, do you remember? Well, first off, the voice. Goliath's voice to me is iconic.
Yeah, it's
Don't ask me who it is.
No,
but we all know who it is.
Yeah,
because you've heard that voice. Also, when they climbed out of buildings, that sound that they make.
Keith David did the voice,
dude. 100%. That to me is Demona. What do I think about it? Dope. It was really cool. That was like a cartoon that I remember like watching, and I was like, oh, this I hope this never ends. This is gonna be great. And I remember when the video came out, it was like an interactive VHS. Like it was a board game VHS that they came out with the game.
The video game or the video?
No, when the movie. So when that TV show came out, you remember how they would take like the first 3 or 4 episodes of any TV show and they would sell it as a VHS movie. Like, this is their Gargoyle movie, but it's basically the first 4 episodes. That's what it was, and then they would make it into a board game. And then the episode that sticks out the most to me is the one where the bigger one. I think it's Brooklyn. Or Broadway. No, but yeah, his name's Broadway. When Broadway is playing with the gun and he shoots Homegirl.
Oh, yeah.
That to me was like such a, that made me afraid of guns.
That was the gun violence
episode. The gun violence episode.
So it did its job.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm not picking up guns at all. Yeah, and that's the thing. He shot her, and that was like when he ran away, and then he started like destroying guns because he was so upset.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we dedicated... And I think we did that episode this year. We did a Gargoyles Spotlight episode or Pilot's License episode. And so we talked ad nauseum during that episode. My dad even called in because Gargoyles was one of my dad's favorite cartoons ever. He loves Goliath. He loves how much drama was in it. For me as a kid, it kind of goes back to what I told you before as far as certain medieval stuff was not my favorite genre.
Yeah,
I hated anything.
Neither am I.
I hated anything that was set in medieval. I didn't really care for like fantasy or knights and elves and all that stuff. So Gargoyles to me was not my fancy per se. Like I watched it, but up to a certain point, like it was just kind of boring to me, especially when they went back in time to like the Knights era and they were, talking like old timey kind of like English or England. I just could not care. But my dad, dude, ate that stuff. He loved it.
Yeah.
So what I will say is, as someone who just did a bunch of research about this series and knowing how dedicated the creator is, Greg Weisman, to Gargoyles, even after it's been done, like the fact that there are Gargoyle specific like conventions that like he still writes a blog.
Do they call themselves something? Like are they like?
That's a good question.
They're like if you're a Gargoyle fan, like what do they call themselves? I have no idea. I want to look up like the term for that. But do you remember like how they would wear their cape? Like how they wear their wings? Yeah, that was the only thing I was like, okay, dope. Heck yeah.
You're fucking
cross. There you go.
What I will say about this announcement is that you know, and I've got it pulled up.
This now came with
that
30 covers.
Yeah, of course, dude. When I'm telling you, when this news dropped, I think Ed was the one that shared it on our social media page. Like people, like were showing some love to that. And what I'm seeing here in the previews, it's their gem of the month. It's coming out through Dynamite, which makes sense because Dynamite deals with so many like IPs and properties. But look at the cover, and you're right. Look at this cover list. You've got a whole bunch. So you got Amanda Connor's doing a cover.
30 covers, bro.
You got a whole bunch of covers.
The black and white cover. You got the black and white, a little bit of red cover, the black and white red with a signature cover.
You got Gargoyle Purple. Like,
did you ever say a purple cover?
But no. Gargoyle Purple.
Oh.
That's a cool ass cover. But this Jay Lee cover makes me think.
Oh, Jay Lee's just been showing up on a lot of covers.
This Jay Lee cover has me thinking, why didn't you just let Jay Lee draw it?
If scare the kids.
Nah, I want to scare the kids because I just want to make sure that I buy all this.
Yeah, what we're doing gargoyles.
It made me think that Jay Lee, I see this cover, I'm like, oh wow, Jay Lee would be the most perfect artist to draw the Gargoyles comic because he literally draws everyone. No matter what the Marvel character, DC character, he draws them like gargoyles. He draws them like they're stoic statues, just like...
Yeah, I've never seen pupils. I don't even know what Jay Lee pupils are. They have to be like the white out.
They're always
like,
all white.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. You're right.
Like, think about his Dark Tower covers. They're all essentially just gargoyles. The way they pose, it's very like just stoic, like kind of like Dracula's.
The guy that they got kind of reminds me of Matteo Scalera, and he was so funny.
Where's his cover? I couldn't find like they don't show any interior artwork.
No, they do. They do. Go down just a little bit, and you'll see it. Okay. It looks like there it is.
Oh,
Dean White, I think, is doing the colors because this reminds me of Matteo Scalera. They don't even credit the colorist.
I think usually when they don't credit the colorist, it normally means that the artist is doing their own colors.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think it's a safe assumption.
But these colors are very much like Black Science.
Yeah,
it does to me is Dean White.
Demona. This artwork looks cool.
It does look dope.
Yeah, it looks cool. Okay.
So I would have to watch and that's the thing is like I'm so far removed about the last season. I don't even know. I mean, you can watch, and you know what's funny? That was the biggest hype with Disney Plus. Remember when Disney Plus was first coming out, and they were like, "Dude, I get to rewatch Gargoyles," and it's like, yeah, you do. Bronx, that's my dude right there.
Yeah. I love that he's included in this like top 3.
Yeah, like everybody's a gargoyle and he's a dark gargoyle. He's like Pluto. He's like the Pluto of the group.
Demona. I love anytime Keith David would say Demona. The laugh. Demona.
Oh my god. You know it's crazy? Greg Weisman, like that. The fact that you find out, or I found out that he is the creator of Gargoyles is crazy to me because. He's done a lot. Star Wars. His Star Wars Rebels is the one of my favorite. And then I think he has Young Justice underneath his belt.
Okay, he's done this Spectacular Spider-Man,
which is also considered
Justice.
What do you know about Spectacular Spider-Man?
Spectacular Spider-Man.
That's another one that's considered like high praise. That goes like a lot of people talk about like how that was just like a great series.
Okay.
DC Mario, he's done some stuff.
What's he done for DC? Let's take a look. So DC,
he's like his own version of Paul Dini.
Wow, he was an editor for DC in the 80s. 86, he edited All-Star Squadron, Marvel Comics.
He looks super young.
Yeah. Okay.
Those comics have gone up in price.
Really? Star Wars Kanan?
Dude, yeah. Those
because 12-issue mini run. Wow.
Yeah, it's a 12-issue miniseries, and this deals with his origin. Like you didn't know exactly what he was, you just knew that it was Jedi. So this one kind of gives you like a lot of the first appearances. And you know how like it's really weird, like comic books. Even though it's a TV show, the first appearance in print is like the official.
Yep.
And so that's what it is. So when this series came out, there was a lot of like firsts. And then since then, it's gone up. And now since all these Star Wars live action TV shows have like gone and made people just really stoked on it, they have just gone up and up. Like, and I actually have the first 8 issues.
I'm telling you, man, you were sitting on a gold mine of your collection. Okay, so that was our Gargoyles talk. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I I didn't really pay attention to the flip side, to the flip cover. I was just kind of attached to like the gargoyle side.
The purple.
Exactly, a gargoyle purple. And it just started off, like this is normally how I read previews. I usually start from the comic side, work my way back. But the flip side of the cover story was this new comic series called A Vicious Circle. It's a 3-issue miniseries and I actually put it on my list as like something I am looking forward to. It is a new series. It's their preview gem of the month. It's written by Mattson Tomlin, who is a director and screenwriter. He has worked on The Batman and Project Power, that Netflix movie with speaking about Jamie Foxx.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the artist is someone that I know that you appreciate, like I do, Lee Bermejo.
Yep.
So Lee Bermejo is doing the art, and the premise here. I'm just gonna read the solicitation. Sean Thacker is a trained assassin from the future who seeks revenge on the only other man with his affliction. Each life they take forces them to travel between vastly different past and future eras. Spanning from 22nd century Tokyo to 1950s New Orleans to the, I'm going to ruin this word, Cretaceous
period?
No, thank you. Cretaceous era and beyond. The two mortal rivals are locked in a battle of wills that spans millions of years, all to alter the course of history. With each time period, here's the interesting part that sold me. With each time period, artist Lee Bermejo adjusts his artistic style to pay homage to luminary comic artists and historical master painters presented in a prestige, oversized format.
This is such a cheat. It's such a cheat.
Of what?
They're like, hey man, what's cool? Samurais, dinosaurs, and robots.
Can we
That
have
is
it all?
such a cheat.
Can we have it all?
Oh my
Let me figure it
god.
out.
Yeah.
It says that it is a prestige 3-part graphic storytelling event, perfect for fans of Berserker and Time Before Time. I guess, yeah, you're right. Dinosaurs.
Yeah. Just dinosaurs, samurais, and robots.
Well, the solicitation made me
I
think...
love that John Wick cover.
It's a pretty badass cover. The solicitation made me think Highlander in Time.
Okay.
I guess, and that's where the Berserk part comes in Time Before Time. Yeah, like Highlander, because they're immortal and they span through different lifetimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting angle was like that part about Lee Bermejo apparently like changing his art style to pay homage to like
I'm drawing with my right hand instead of my left hand.
the different artists and like painters and whatnot of the time. So if we go through, scroll some more, we can see some of the other previews.
Was that Dr. Doom?
But I mean, just as black and white stuff looks like, even though this kind of looks more like some computer rendering a little bit, but the amount of details just in that face alone, crazy.
Saying,
But then you flip through. All right, now it's in color, right? And like this kind of looks more like the Lee Bermejo I tend to
like Blade Runner.
Yeah. Flip around some more. I think it switches one more time. Boom. Switches up.
And that kind of feels like a Jeff Darrow type
dude.
thing.
Just, I mean, look how many different art styles he's got just in this one page. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty interesting to me, just to be able to see an artist play around with like a style that goes hand in hand with like the story. The fact that this is a time traveling story and they're giving us like a visual. They're also playing around with the visuals. I think it's interesting. So that was yeah. Oh, I guess there's some more preview pages too. Boobs. Okay.
Boobs. Oh yeah, we're getting another Power Rangers too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Dan Mora, he's doing the interiors, and I feel like
Dan Mora's doing the interiors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's doing the interiors, and I feel like he gets to pick his projects now.
Man,
and he sticks with like some real cool nerd shit.
What was I gonna say about Dan Mora?
His covers?
No, I think I was actually looking. Wait, if we scroll through pages, doesn't it show? Oh, they got a kit of an Eastman variant. Hold up. Oh, this is what I was looking at. All right, so these are the Dan Mora other covers for this TMNT Power Rangers. I think I was just staring at this one right here with the Yellow Ranger and Raphael.
Michelangelo?
Oh, Michelangelo, sorry. And it made me think Dan Mora is like too good. Mm-hmm. Dan Mora draws too good.
Him and Jorge Jimenez.
It's like, thank God we are extremely lucky that he does interiors. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that he's doing he's doing Batman, Superman with Mark Waid right now. He's gonna be doing this.
Yeah, like he hasn't gotten so big to where he's like, once you ascend to a part where like, I don't have to do interiors for the rest of my life.
Oh,
all I have to do is just do a cover and I'm good.
He's kind of like you eventually hit that like athletes, like when they retire, the really good ones go on to do like broadcasting.
ESPN.
Yeah, that is the equivalent in comic books. The equivalent is now I just do cover art. That's all I do.
You're like, oh god.
Or you be like a Todd McFarlane. You're like, all I do is sell shit. Yeah, Dan Moore is great. Dan Moore is awesome. All right, well, Drew, let me check my notes and let me make sure. Actually, there is one thing I wanted to bring up, and this isn't really like this is more
Red Sonja's butt.
This is just for fun. I was gonna make us scroll through all of the Dynamite stuff.
Please, no, I
and
can't.
later stuff. But I wanted to show you
so
this ad because
dirty.
I noticed that this company Hakes, I think is that how you say it? Hakes Auction. They have a few one-page ads in the previews, and all of
And
it
they're
is
dated too. They look dated.
big time. Well, I mean, I think they're dealing in old stuff. It says that it is America's first collectibles auction house since 1967. But there's a few ads in here where they're like, "Hey, this sold on our auction house for this much money," and this and that. But it was like the more I kept scrolling past these ads, just the more that I felt like, a blow to my financial confidence. It's like, yo, you're telling me, just the page that we're looking at right now, you're telling me a hand puppet from 1966, a Spider-Man hand puppet that looks like a fucking Pez dispenser meets a kite, sold for $8,600, is worth more than my car?
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me this hand puppet is worth more than my car? Someone paid $8,600 for this hand puppet.
For an ideal puppet.
I think there's one more in here.
I'm just
too,
saying,
that
like,
say-
but you're not a real fan unless you have all this stuff.
I think that I can see the appeal because it's like this is probably from 1966, right?
Wow, that was a cool sound.
Yeah, 1966. I mean, think about how old that is, right? Like that is like Marvel and Spider-Man just becoming a concept.
Yeah, there's not a lot of product for. Oh yeah,
All
this
right, here's
thing I saw
another.
there.
Yeah, here's
What
another
was that?
example.
Box Japanese.
Box
sold.
Japanese.
Oh
bobbing
my
head.
god!
Sold for $10,487. That bat logo looks bootleg as fuck. It looks like a fly.
But yeah, it looks so great though. That's something that I would find
mean,
in like
it's
my
unique.
grandma's china cabinet.
And you would never think to sell it.
Yeah, seriously.
You would almost look like you would
You
look
know,
at your
it's a-
grandma and be like, "Grandma, this looks. Where'd you get this? Like a Chinese knockoff website? You got this on Wish?"
She's like, no, I snuck that. I snuck that in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a couple of ads like this in previews, and each one you're like, I was just flabbergasted. I was like, what?
Now here's the thing: who do you think bought that? Do you think it was a person that's a Batman fan, or do you think a person that bought that as a bobblehead fan? Like, who buys that? The Batman fan or
That's a
the
really good question.
bobblehead fan,
What comes first?
or
What
a guy
comes-
that just loves 1966?
He's like addicted. He's like, that's the year I lost my mom.
I want two dudes that are fighting over it. Just like, you're like, you have the biggest Batman fan, and then you have the biggest
Dude,
bobblehead
That's
fan,
a really good question.
and they
It's like,
just duke it out.
what came first? The Batman fan or the bobblehead fan? Do you become a comic fan first or a bobblehead fan first?
Yeah, and
That's
that
funny.
guy's like, that one dude's like, what do you want it for? Do you like Batman? Like, were your parents murdered in front of you? He's like, nah, man, I just love bobbleheads.
Yeah, why did you
I
do-
just love
blah,
the
blah, blah,
lead.
blah. Do you think that he bought it and bobbled it though? Because I feel like if you paid $10,000 for a bobblehead, are you bobbling the fuck out of its head, or are you just like, or are you just letting it roll?
I have no
Because think
idea.
about how old that spring that actually makes the bobble.
Yeah, but back in the day, 1966, they were making products that last. That's products that last.
But
Like,
this is-
bobbleheads now, they don't know how to light to the bobbleheads back then.
That's funny.
And plus, this is the 66 Batman, so you know that's the Adam West.
Yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
Japanese, so you know it's quality.
I just want to pinch his cheeks.
Very much so. Look at his lips. So nice.
All right, I think it is as clear as day. We are at the end of our show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're over here trying to work a tight 5 out of a Japanese.
I like when a dude,
bobblehead.
like, I like to think that the bobblehead dude was getting a little bit too much. And you know how people say, I'm going to bow out? But he's like, I'm just going to bobble out. I'm going to bobble out.
Damn, man. That's good. All right, short box patrons. I hope you feel like you got your money's worth today. Thank you guys so much for being supporters of this show. Jokes aside, it means the world to us. And yeah, thank you guys so much for allowing us to be able to just do fun episodes like this and try new series and whatnot. I think this previews series is here to stay. Let us know in the comments or email us.
Yeah, let us know what previews that
Oh,
you
that'd be
watch,
tight.
and
Yo,
like,
please.
give us some of the products that you want to buy.
That is a good point. You know what? We're going to turn the tables on you. If you ended up buying the previews, like I said, they're only like $5. Sometimes the shop will give them for free. Flip through this month's previews and let us know if there's like a product or an item that really sticks out to you that you think we'd enjoy. All right, send us the page number, shoot us an email, let us know what you think about this episode. and
Also,
this
if you're the
series.
person that bought the bobblehead,
yo, holla, at
let
me.
us
I've
know if
got
you got
questions.
it because I got questions. This is,
I just want you to bobble it one. You know what? Make an OnlyFans page and just bobble it. You know, like
dude, I think I'm just gonna do that. OnlyFans.
and just
Yeah.
bobble it. Weird. Shortbox patrons. that's our time to go ahead and close out the show, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, take care of yourselves and continue to make mine and yours short box. We out of here. Peace.